Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
welcome to MME Live. Is everyone in the chat ready for some saggy melons? Too bad she's not here. She's been avoiding my streams. I don't know. She's busy or something. She's busy working. We got a lot to talk about. And yes, Zeno, I'm a traitor. I'll explain why. What the hell, Eddie? What the hell? Are you okay? Eddie? Did you get taken out or something?
I don't know.
What the hell was that?
I mean, get abducted. That just came in with the big old second beam and
What? I'm serious. I don't know what the heck's going on. Zeno, I'll explain. Listen, tomorrow I'm bringing my kind of madness to video game talk too. Tomorrow's going to be a hot one. Ethical, unethical. It's going to talk about everything. It's going to talk about personalities in video games. Here's some of the big ones. So tune in to actually sub to the PlayStation. Brian, could you link that up? Sub
Yes,
to,
sir.
because I'm gonna get more, not aggressive, but more hot topics on the PlayStation Plus podcast. Talk about the ethics of game. Well, not game journalism, but social media personalities in gaming, in retro community, and Tommy Tallarico, because some comments were made about the ethics of his recent event, which I think were fine, just to give you a heads up. And listen, Brian, how long have you known me? How long have I been, I've strayed away from super chats, memberships, and stuff? I was, at the very start, Radical Rick, he's another YouTuber I followed, at the beginning of his channel because he was anti-e-begging. But what I've come to realize is that community is worse than shills. They're really bad. They harass people. They are ridiculous. They show up everywhere. It's not organic comments that they come and swarm your channel with comments. And they are really creepy towards women. And I'm not going to get into the specific woman that was affected recently this week, but it's going to talk about them. I'm going to add more to the thumbnail maybe for tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow, Sunday. Sunday's at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and no one's under any obligation to do super chat. Probably, I don't even think I probably won't get one because I've told my audience you don't need to pay to speak with me. Not saying other people do the opposite, but I just turned it on. Yes, Zeno thinks I'm a traitor, but I honestly want to know from Zeno. I am anti. Listen, I understand the anti-e-begging and anti-shill communities, but they've gotten so bad on the internet and YouTube that I don't even care anymore. I don't even want to be associated with them. I think people do jump the shark on being funded by their fans too much. And honestly, in the past, I was like, you know what? I'd rather you spend money on, go get HBO Max or something a month, enjoy yourself and support the industry, really. I don't need H-Parts. H-Parts was killing it over at Hollywood After Dark. RJ, where are you at? And a little movie perp. I wish there was another way to vet me. I said follow me on Twitter at Mad Max Movies 1. If you want on the show, we'll bring you on. I wasn't gonna do a reaction to Jeremy, but it's so good. It's so they're just so good because they're talking about the Indiana Jones, and it's like the combination of the clone. The clones are it's Jeremy and his clone only on stream talking about it. Just Jeremy and Kennel on a live stream. So I think we might have to get through. And then on stinking Echo Base Network, some guy named Max is debating Jeremy about the same thing. I can't cover all of it though. All right, let me.
oh man.
Oh, whoa!
Oh
Wow, this
Hey.
I listen. You don't ever have to do this, but wow, that means a lot. I really feel that I'm going to start taking care of my panelists here. So, Rel McMillan, you're my first ever super chat ever. I see you finally have super chat, about time. Rel is one of the best viewers on here, next to Zeno. Oh no, it's Zeno. Zeno. No, let's comment on the paying customer first. Rel, super legit. He's a good dude. This is the other thing I realize is people want to. I don't necessarily. I'm not asking you to. I'm just happy you're here. But people want to. It actually can hurt your channel.
Well,
People like to say this is me. I'm legit. I'm in the movie talk. And Rel is in the movie talk.
Well, I think as it sits now, like instead of spending money on HBO Max, I'd rather spend it on Max. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
I'm just using that as an example.
Seriously.
I prefer paying for the entertainment that I like consuming, and I'm here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Rel, that means a lot. You're really honest with my friend. You don't ever have to do it again. That just means a lot. You're my first ever. And then Zeno, you're equal. You're a producer here, but I explained to you the reasons, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow on tomorrow's show on the PlayStation Plus podcast. Is why I'm not shilling for everything, but I want to take care of my friends. I wanted to build something bigger, my channel. I don't know if people take me seriously or not. I've tried to do this for a long time. Like whenever I get a good group of people together, I want to build something, and I want everyone to get compensated for it. So I will figure out something cool with it. And damn me to hell. You don't ever have to pay, Zeno, and you get the same voice. Maybe. Oh, wow. And my Diaz, Eddie here. Wow. Thanks, Eddie. That was really nice of you. Restore the Snyderverse. Legit. Yeah, you're wearing your shirt. Eddie's one of the great. Eddie and Brian are some great guys here on YouTube. I've had a lot of fun. And I want to, I kind of want. Is it possible for my channel to grow with you guys? I would like to try, because the honest thing, I was thinking about quitting again, and I was thinking about quitting, and then I was thinking about the topic for tomorrow, ethics in YouTube and social media. I don't want to jump the shark ever, but that means a lot too, Eddie. Wow. So you're that upset, Zeno? You're that upset? You're invited to bat. If you want to be on the panel, message me on Twitter. I'll bring Zeno on again. You're still the producers. You're still the bossy producer. Yeah. Have I sold out? You can speak your mind, Zeno. Have I sold out? But major props to Rel and Oh My Diaz. Oh my goodness. That was really nice, Eddie. I really appreciate it. Oh, here's Firewater. Hey, Firewater.
Good evening. How is everyone? Sorry, I'm running a little bit behind. Believe it or not, I watched my wife and I with my in-laws watched our wedding video, and that's about 10 years old. So that was
nice.
That was
Very
fun.
nice.
That was fun.
It's kind of, isn't it weird to rewatch things that happened in the past now that the world's like so weird right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the pandemic, you see like everyone walking around. You're like,
no, it was crazy. My father's best friend was there, and then he literally died less than 3 months later.
Oh wow!
Like he had a heart attack. Like it was just, it was crazy to see him having a good time dancing, and he looked fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was just crazy. But anyway, sorry. What are you guys chatting about?
Well, first we were chatting about Zeno is upset with me because I'm a sellout.
When is Zeno not upset with somebody?
No, I finally turned on super chats. Smash JT is here. Okay, cool. Oh, Kelly. Well, the reason I did Firewater, you know me for a long time too. I'm not. I used to be really more hardcore about the anti-shill, anti-e-begging on the internet. The grifters.
Right.
And I was examining a topic for tomorrow, and I see the communities on YouTube, the anti-shill, the anti-e-begging community, and how bad they are. They're worse than people that cozy up the corporation stuff. They're disgusting. They go in. They're creepy towards women creators.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm going to talk about the PlayStation Plus podcast tomorrow. The ethics and the gaming community. I'm going hot on gaming tomorrow. So that's why I was like, and I eventually want to try, because I also thought about leaving YouTube again, But then I'm like, no, I'll give it another shot. I always do this. You know, I know my viewers have heard this before. I come back for friendship, and then I eventually want to give my, panelist members that are pretty frequent, like a tip here and there too. That's what I want to try to do in the future. All right, so let's get to. I wasn't going to cover Jeremy again, but there's some. Jeremy and his clone did a live stream, and they were talking about. I think we got to react a little bit because they were talking about Indiana Jones and how woke it's got. And RJ, I mean, if you want paid, get on the panel. Where are you, man? I see Brian. I see Eddie.
Quid pro quo here, man.
Oh, thanks, Ro. Reverse psychology really works. Oh, he's trying to help me with it. Okay, running with Caesars. No, this one's about how. I mean, and this is interesting for Firewater in you guys here to be too, to get the reactions of how they are setting up fear mongering about what's happening in Indiana Jones from day one. It's finally there.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of referenced your video too when I saw the live stream. I was like, to be honest, what I said in the end, I'm surprised they did not clip that out and show it because that was full SAW mode right there.
And then Firewater, I gotta go back and watch Echo Base. Jeremy was on there with a guy named Max, and he was debating Jeremy about this very topic. But it's a long stream, so I can't show that. And everyone in the chat is saying, "Oh, do you pee when you sit down? You're super soy," and stuff like that to the kid. I was like, man, this is ridiculous. I have to go back and watch that debate. He actually did another debate, Firewater, but it's on Echo Base's channel. Can you believe that? Are you there, Firewater? I don't know what happened.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, here's Snyder, Steppenwolf.
Sorry, I was getting phone calls. My apologies.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said with Echo Base, I'd love to go on that show, but Saturday nights are just very difficult for me generally. At what does he start at 8:00? Like that's probably. Unless my wife's traveling.
Well, he's still there. If you could sneak in, I don't know. They put the link in the chat.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, not up to it. Not.
Well, I mean, I don't want to walk into something unprepared. So
right. I get that. Snyder, Steppenwolf. I'm cool with Ryan, Lethal, Step, My Nerdy Home, Uche, Jade Shadow, London Hall. I'm cool and good with those guys from GAG. I'm cool with those guys. Okay. I mean, we could criticize them though.
Yeah, and I thought it was interesting when Ryan went on the stream. It was like I think My Nerdy Home and I were having a little something in the chat there, and she was like, "Oh, it's kind of sad to see when people want to, see people fail." It's like, well, that Jeremy's kind of like based his entire channel on that, but that's okay. But I also said it's like Jeremy is a self-proclaimed asshole, and when he gets egg on his face, I laugh. I think it's funny. And that whole Zack Snyder stream, like he'll never get an opportunity like that again. It's never going to happen. I understand what Ryan was saying, but I have good information that now Ryan might not necessarily be telling the truth because he might not have been told the exact truth. So he's putting out perhaps the best information that he knows. Because one thing I will point is that Jeremy was bragging that he was going to be on that stream with Zack Snyder, despite not being a fan of his movies, and then he didn't show. That's very curious. Especially when his brand is on there, you're going to have a major AAA celebrity. He has the hottest IP in the world right now, and you're not going to appear on stream with him.
Yeah, that's true.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Interesting.
Yeah, sorry to hear about DMX.
Yeah, DMX sucks, man. I liked him.
Yeah, no, he's some really good music. I mean that's one of my high school years, for sure. All right. Oh, RJ says you should watch his stream he did yesterday. Okay. All right. Well, let's get to higher, further, faster. Okay. Thanks for the $50. Is that a super chat? Okay, I know what you're doing. Higher, further, faster. Thanks for the fake super chat. I appreciate it. $50. That's great. Great. You're highlighting. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Hey Taylor. Yeah, I highlighted too. Still, nothing wrong with that. You're watching WrestleMania. Okay. For voices burn out after teaching kids. All right, that's great.
Nah, he's screaming at his TV at WrestleMania. Don't lie. He's like,
Yeah,
oh my
that's
God, it's
why.
John Cena. Oh! No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, let's get this slide. I think they have to do. Well, speaking of super chats, I think they have to resort more live streams now. If you notice, Jeremy's been kind of segueing into that because there's not as much to like Firewater says. There's not as much to outrage. So this is the way.
Yeah, so they blew up on what did he blow up on? What, Indiana Jones cast the female lead, so now woke. Is that how that works?
Well, here's the title of the live stream. Indiana Jones gets woke. Caps. More projection from male feminists. All right.
Does he even know what projection means?
Well, we'll find out. I started.
A lot of people misuse that word. Actually, it's quite fascinating to see.
Yeah, I started to.
Who is this? I don't know who Phoebe Waller-Bridge is. I don't know.
Well, she is very active in, social justice. She's an activist. That's what I meant. And she's got lots of awards for her writing in like Fleabag or something. She's worked on, well, she was the droid in Solo for one
L3
thing.
in Solo, yeah.
And then she, apparently,
she's got major acting credits.
Right, and she helps write too for a feminist point of view, which of course Hollywood is latching on to now. And something they said is she's notorious for on the James Bond set. You can't say a Bond girl, you can't call them Bond girls. I don't know. I don't have any problems with feminine. I'm not going to describe myself as a male feminist, but hey, if a woman's a feminist, I don't really have a problem with them speaking their opinions, and I don't say because they're a feminist they can't do their job either. I think that's pretty precious.
I don't know what one has to do with the other.
Right. So, Echo Piece is only allowed to start your streams after his homework done. Okay. All right. So let's watch just a little bit because I know Firewater's like get to the point, which is fair. I used to do streams too long, and we have other topics. So let's hear what they have to say
privately. But that's why I put those on. People get a kick out of seeing like, oh, I remember that game. That's awesome or whatever. And it makes me want to play those games too, if I can ever find time. But we've got a couple more super chats here. Let me go and see.
I think this is where it
Cowboy
starts.
One. So does Indy no longer have a son? Honestly, this might be Indy's son transition.
See,
You can't have a son and a daughter.
he made a joke there that Phoebe Waller-Bridge has transitioned Indy's son. It's right out the back. I mean, it's jokes. It's jokes. I don't like that kind of joke, but I mean, whatever. But you see where they're starting. You see where they're starting. This is exactly SJW that someone can't get a job because of their personal politics and opinions. This is exactly the same thing. Is there any difference, Firewater or Eddie?
Anti-SJWs are just SJWs. There's no such thing as an anti-SJW.
Now, if her content is consistently bad and it's only there.
Well, Fleabag won a lot of awards and it had a lot of views. It wasn't for me. I watched the first episode. I was kind of like, meh. But
I looked at it and I didn't have an interest in it. I would like to check it out just because
maybe I should make a series of videos on it saying how bad it is. Like I don't know, without even watching it. Right? That's what they do, right? They don't.
Well, I do. There is a lot of rumors about Bond, and I do think that they are going to wow, you didn't have to do a super chat to say that, Eddie. You're on the panel.
Yeah.
All caps. What a-holes. Okay.
I don't know. I don't understand why she's such a controversial casting. I don't.
Well, they're saying that it's going to overtake just like the scare. I'm more interested to see Bond now because the trailers look good. It's just that I'm upset with Daniel Craig. That's my main thing I can't get past. But I also have to get past this boycott mentality. I'm trying to grow as a person
Daniel
myself.
Craig's not in it?
No, he is in it, and that's why I was going to boycott because I have problems the way he negotiated, the way he talked. I have a real issue, just like I've fallen out of love with sports because people are so they have such huge egos, and it's all about them without the team, and the way he negotiated for this last Bond film, I don't want to. I will rather slit my wrists than come back. If I ever come back, it's for the money. He delayed production years where no one else. Then let someone else take over. Then, and then he also Danny Boyle is a great director. Creative differences. He got Danny Boyle taken off the project as well.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I hear what you're saying. In my attitude, as long as nobody's like breaking the law or doing any like discrimination,
it's just it's my personal.
No, I respect that. But to me, like I'm to be my job as a fan is to be entertained and like I said, I'm not going to get into that. Like the Ray Fisher stuff is an exception because he seemed like he was really treated like crap, and in the studio's decisions to release an inferior product was just. I'm just glad I don't own any AT&T stock because I would be really, really upset. But my thing is that, like, look, however he chose to negotiate is his business, not mine. I
lost my respect for him, though.
Yeah, sure. I mean, maybe
I lose respect for anyone in the entertainment industry that loses focus on what made them relevant. Like Hugh Jackman gets my utmost respect because even though he wouldn't have got Logan if he would have done that route. Because people were saying some of the Wolverine movies were bad. He stuck with it. He loves the character. He wanted to do right by and he probably negotiated too, but he never let it out into the public as a negotiating tool and got
I mean that stuff should be kind of kept private anyway.
Yeah, I think I hate that kind of stuff.
But I'm not gonna not see it because I don't know. I didn't get a chance to see the trailer or anything. Like I don't know. I like James Bond, so I mean I like Daniel. The only one I didn't like was Quantum of Solace. That was a weird one. I thought the Casino Royale was the best out of all of them. I love Skyfall. Skyfall is good too. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it's like however you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what's right for you. But to me, it's he negotiated how he negotiated. I just don't understand why this woman's so controversial.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, maybe next time because I have a tight panel and I only want to do like an hour and a half. The more people I bring in, the more chaotic it gets. So I want to keep it tight, especially we've got busy people here. We got a good group, but I'll let you know the next time, Jordan. All right, and thank you, Patrick. So let's get back to this reaction here to see how the spin they're going. This is fear mongering. It's setting it up to dunk on for years. Listen, speaking of Wolverine and Logan, James Mangold is directed. Doesn't he deserve the benefit of the doubt?
No.
Oh, you don't like?
Well, no, because rent needs to be paid.
Yeah.
She got the look. She's got the look, but I think
her appearance. See, you don't like your opinion, so you're going to attack our appearance. That's not cool. I mean, this is why I do these type of conversations. It's really showing what they are. They're trolls. They're a lot of their audience are trolls. This is not how you treat people. It's freedom of speech to say it, but I'm going to call you, I'm going to say you're juvenile. You're the thing that's bad with the internet, really. Your bad thing that's bad with YouTube. I'm more now intrigued if they do to remove the dislike button because all this stuff is not organic. You know what I'm saying, Firewater? All these downvotes when they point and they show for the mob and people that troll people and point and laugh. This is not organic numbers. Just as like some people might say people in Access Hollywood or Access Hollywood have access to Hollywood and paid with access, their reviews are not as organic. Neither is the social media reaction either. Do you agree? What's your thought on that organic reaction?
I think taking away visible dislikes, I think it's at the very least a good experiment to try.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't hurt anything, and I just feel like a good amount of content that they make is ratio videos.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how many downvotes this Star Wars thing got. Look at how much. So then they're going to actually have to maybe come up with something because you know what it is. It's the only community that has really, like, in my opinion, a big problem with it. Like for example, I was talking about with Justin, like the people that make original music or they do covers, they don't have this problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, you're taking away my dislike. Like, I just put out songs, man.
Stop it.
People that put out like actual content, like original stuff, they don't really have an issue with it. But it's these people that weaponize it. Yeah, of course they have a problem with it. Now, they can't just flat out say, well, we like our dislike campaigns, and we have people that on our Discord that have 100 YouTube accounts. You can't come out and say that. So you got to find the socially appropriate reason to remove that. And I get what some of the famous people are saying too. I just disagree with them. That's all.
Well, Firewater, can you explain to Eddie and Brian your way to fix some of the internet trolling problem? Is you said pay to comment, and I think that absolutely would fix a lot of.
You want to rate and comment? You got to pay. You got to pay for
quality
a YouTube
content
account.
would get better.
You got to pay for a YouTube premium account.
Yeah,
that would get rid of trolling in a flash. You won't have those.
And creators would get, if people listen.
They would probably be better compensated too.
If all YouTubers say, you know what, don't do my personal Patreon, go to premium, they would get paid 100% for their views. Also, it would. I mean, I wish Firewater was running. I really do.
No, I mean, like if you want to get rid of Tron, I would even argue that with Twitter as well. You want to get rid of all your Russian bots?
Yeah.
Or you want to get rid of disinformation and all that stuff, charge people to troll. And if people want to do threatening behavior online, like for example, there was a bunch of I gotta be careful what I said, like questionable adults posting questionable timestamps on kids' videos.
Yeah.
And if you charge them, now your credit card number is there. Now we have a billing address. You really want to post those timestamps on YouTube now? Okay. Don't be surprised if the police show up at your door.
How would each of you, this is a good comment to respond to. We'll do Firewater first. The Frank Knight Rises. We shouldn't censor everything. We don't want to invite a dictatorship. You would end up eating your words.
Well,
we're not pro censorship.
I want to get some more clarification on that. What's being censored?
They could go make their own video or something. I don't know. They could do something.
They can make their own YouTube channel and comment as much as they want.
Right.
And with the dislike button without being charged, the creator still sees the dislike.
It's the dislike button. Let's be real. It's not like people that are for free. I'm for free speech too. I don't want censorship, but the reality is, what is the majority of the conduct with the dislike button and the people's words? It's mostly garbage too.
Well, I want the integrity of the dislike button to be to have as much integrity as possible. So obviously charging people to rate is never going to happen from YouTube because they love the large numbers despite whatever engagement they have. So what the next best thing, in my opinion, is to take away the numbered dislike button. And and then that's how, but then again, you disempower these people. So, I mean, it's not truly censorship. It just takes away public embarrassment. They're still expressing themselves to the creator.
I honestly think a lot of these trolls too, the reason they hate on, I was going to do a theory video that a lot of these are pirators too. They pirate everything and they like to justify it by saying it's garbage. It's
garbage. Then you're watching garbage. How valuable is your time? The bottom line is they're cheap and they don't want to pay for things. Yeah. Maybe their parents' Netflix account, they can't use it anymore. So that's where it comes down to, like, in my opinion, I think it's worthy of a try. I think they should try it out for 6 months for a year.
Well, I honestly think the quality of the content will go up. You won't get as much garbage. It won't be as
Well, I mean, you'll get rid of some trash content with the ratio videos that they love to do. You can't do those anymore. Right? So you get rid of those. And like I said, if they
awesome, Layla.
If they disincentivize negative behavior on YouTube, which to be fair, they do bring in views, but I'm just curious. The advertisers drive everything. So are they willing to? I mean, eventually, as these channels are growing, if they get big enough, then the corporations are going to be like, well, all they do is dunk on us. Why would we do ad rolls?
Well, I mean, they want the ads on their video. If they're really so far against Hollywood, Hollywood ads, you watch this and there's probably like a Star Wars trailer ahead of them and stuff. There's probably, it's so ridiculous. They complain about who's getting them paid. You're you're complaining about your employer.
Well, I mean, and like I said, even with Ryan Kittle, he's like making demands at YouTube. It's like they don't give a fuck about you, dude. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Like, stop. You would never talk to anyone seriously like that in a professional setting. I'm assuming he has a day job. I'm assuming he would never talk to a colleague, a customer, a client like that. Don't do it online, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Well, Eddie, what's your thoughts on Fire? Would you be okay with that? Is there a need to make the environment better on social media? Do you think that would help?
Yes, it would combat the trolls if they had to pay to troll, but I'm just, for me, it's kind of like, who really cares? Besides them, who really cares about dislikes anymore? Because, you know, no matter what video it is, no matter what content, there'll always be dislikes. But yeah, I think, I'm just saying, these people are crazy enough that they don't care if they have to pay for trolling. Some of them are that crazy.
Oh, that you think they will? Okay, you heard it here first. Eddie thinks they'll pay to troll.
I'm just saying,
but you can't do 1,000 accounts to dislike something.
That's true. You can't do
all
the
10 grand a month to troll. You could do 1 or 2. Yeah. But I think they would get to, you know, because you got to look at the way I see trolls is that I don't think people choose trolling. I think trolling chooses them, right? Because I mean, like they find it an effective use of their time to register 500 to 1,000 accounts, or even a dozen accounts. Doesn't matter. It's worth it to have multiple accounts to blam stuff they don't like, to use an old Newgrounds term. So, what's that?
Oh, I was going to say, so is there like a specific amount that you have to pay, or?
It would be $10 a month per account.
Oh, yeah.
And you still get the free ad viewing of
and you get all the benefits of YouTube Premium. I just think if you want to, I just honestly think if they want to solicit feedback, it should be from people that pay for the service,
right?
Not people that just consume the service. You know, a lot of people, and I guess in our generation, are, you know, they're the gimme crowd. I just want stuff for free. I don't care how it happens, and I don't care. So to me, it's I feel like to get rid of charging, you have to monetize them. You'll get rid of it real quick.
All right. Well, let's see what else they have to say, and then we'll trash their video because we have more stuff to get through too. We don't want to get too long.
I don't think they're going to erase his son or whatever. I don't know exactly what the plot of this is going to be about.
Right, you don't know.
Sure, the fact that Phoebe Waller-Bridge is involved, the fact that it definitely sounds like they want to end Indiana Jones's story and have someone pick up the mantle. So,
well, before she was involved, was it that part of what they were going anyway? Before there was even Phoebe Waller.
Well, how many more movies can Harrison Ford do?
Right. So they're straw manning and saying like this was the reason. This is what they were going to do anyway, regardless of Phoebe Waller-Bridge coming on.
And how do you know? Like, she's just the female lead. We don't know of any other castings, correct?
Right.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
There's a reason they announced this stuff first, because they know it's going to get them more coverage. They know these guys are free marketing. They're not changing the industry with culture war. They're the biggest promotion, and they get paid directly from them. You know, they get paid from the studios with ads. This is their bigger source of advertising. One of their, not the biggest. One of their sources is idiot outragers. You know,
yeah, useful idiot. They have a lot of useful idiots.
There's a reason they always announce the woke casting first. Always.
But I don't even understand why this is woke. Like what?
Well, I mean that's not to me, but I'm saying
no. But like, why? If I saw this casting, how would I know it's woke?
Well, basically, these guys are assuming it right now. Like,
so what information do they have that this is going to be
just based on her politics. Opinions?
Yeah,
but everyone has Captain America has super left opinions.
Yeah.
So does virtually everyone in Hollywood. So I feel like it's kind of redundant at this point.
Yeah.
Everyone has super left opinions in Hollywood. That has been that way for the past 50, 60, 70 years.
Well, the reality is this so hilarious because they're not changing anything. If anything, they're promoting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and again, they're catering to people that have already allegedly canceled Disney Plus and already canceled all these things. And You know, also
cancel Disney Plus for Gina Carano. What happened to that?
Yeah, 105. They went from 95 million to 105 million subs. Yeah, great job. Great job.
Hey, Eddie, did they just close up shop or something? I don't know. Is Disney Plus still a thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think
Falcon and the Winter Soldier has no numbers. So the viewers.
Did you guys see Falcon this week?
Yeah, I thought it was a good episode.
Wow,
John Walker, man. What the? All I gotta say, man.
Wow. We'll talk about that later. Let's get through this. Let's fight. We'll do this one last clip to see.
They're probably going to kill Indy in this movie, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge
because he addresses what critics of them are saying. We're not upset because she's a woman. So he addresses that. That's why I wanted to play it.
Is that person that picks it up? I think we all understand exactly how this will go. There's a lot of idiots out there. There are a lot of fucking low IQ.
He's talking about us. He's talking about us. Look
Talk about projection.
Right.
Projection.
You bitches out there.
Oh, see, he loves to say bitches, doesn't he?
Oh, wait, he's got the bravado back after he just got embarrassed by Zach's. Wow. He went back to saying bitches again.
Yeah. He's
look how upset they're getting over a woman in Indiana Jones.
It's the truth. You are upset by a woman being hired for Indiana Jones.
But we don't even know what role again, it must be a slow outrage week.
Well,
I don't understand why this is news. How are they able to draw that conclusion? I don't know much about the actress. Is she what does she donate to the wrong charities?
I mean, it's about her politics. She
had the wrong opinions.
Exactly. Lines up. Hey, Retro Bro, just so you know what's happening tomorrow, because this might interest him on the PlayStation Plus podcast. We're talking about ethics in the game community. I put a lot of work in that thumbnail. I'm going to still work on it just to give Retro Bro a heads up. In Geeks with Cash. Okay, so
I don't understand. But anyways, let's continue. I guess I'm not meant to.
There's been plenty of women in Indiana Jones, and every single movie there's another female lead in an Indiana Jones movie. The difference is
there's a difference.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is and the reason that she was brought in, which is the same reason she was brought in to James Bond, which was to rewrite the Bond movie in order to make it appropriate for the Me Too era. She is the one who wouldn't allow the word Bond girl on set. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is an extremist. That is who she is. That is why it's a problem.
No, I mean, if you're not actually filming and you don't want the set, hey, calling up, hey, Bond girl when she's in a skimpy thing. I can understand that. Oh, wow. Retro Bro. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I did finally turn on Super Chats. I really appreciate it. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. I've gotten to know him. We're having a lot of fun talking about
his arms are bigger than my head.
No, he's got it. He's an entrepreneur. Too.
He's a workout guy, right? I saw some.
He has a company. He works for himself. Power Up Nutrition.
I could probably use some Power Up Nutrition.
Yeah, I can use some Power Up Nutrition.
As soon as I stopped playing organized sports, kind of lost everything.
Yeah, dude.
I'm reading some of her quotes on IMDb. They don't seem.
Well, here's because she's a feminist.
Well, okay. I'm a huge fan of basically anything written about complicated, contradictory women. I'm drawn to them really quickly. Okay. I
mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that they're upset because a woman was hired. That's absolutely accurate. I'm not. Again, I have to repeat this. I'm not super male feminist myself, but I would like to hear what they have to say, and I'm not going to complain if they get hired. Just like I won't complain if a Republican or MAGA supporter gets hired either.
Yeah, I don't understand. I just don't get the.
Michael Garvey! Wow, I really appreciate the support, guys. You don't have to, but I really appreciate it. I plan on doing cool stuff with this in the future. I really thought hard about enabling it, and I want to do something cool to support. My friends here that always join in, maybe even Firework. I don't know. We are now shilling for Max Exposed. Okay, so I know I keep pausing, but let's.
But a lot of cucks out there.
See,
you know anything about this shit. They don't know who Phoebe Waller-Bridge is. They just say, "Wow, a feminist with a hyphenated name. She must be awesome." And they're mad at her.
But I don't
respond to that Firework.
I don't. I'm looking at her Wikipedia page. She's an atheist.
Well, we didn't say. No, did any of us say awesome that she was hired? We're like, no. Let her
No,
do
I
her
just
job.
don't know. I don't know much about her. That's I'm not.
Only SJWs do.
Unless she did what some of her work is feminine. I mean, she voiced L3 in Solo.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't even know what Star Wars was, and I read up on that just right now. I'm trying to. She's a stage actress. She did well in New York.
I mean, she's got awards, but you know how a lot of these
I mean, she appears to have
award shows.
Talent. I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I
will have to wait and see till Bond is going to be the next thing. When does that come out? Barcy's here. All right.
Yeah, I mean, these people are nuts. As a matter of fact, we've already got the loser male feminist Star Wars shills out there using this as an opportunity to project. Ryan, go ahead and pull this up. So this is Pete from Around the Galaxy shares my video, a clip of me complaining about this. And he's basically being like, oh, the irony, a lack of self-awareness of pure marketing and algorithm rigging when Jeremy says obsessed with race and gender. Hint, it's the latter. It's clickbaited and makes him money.
I hate that voice.
Well, the reality of it is that Pete from Around the Galaxy, someone I've never spoken directly with, harassed. I've just been aware of one, but I was just made aware of another female in our community that this person harassed as well. Not to mention Tugs is actually blocked by Pete. And so that makes 3 women now that have had.
Pause that real quick. I'm blocked by half of his crew. Like, I don't know.
You know why this is ironic that we're watching this? Because he's actually live right now over on Echo Base.
I know.
I actually super chatted twice to talk, and that's why I was like, ooh, this is interesting. It's really ironic. By the way, props to Max for finally turning on the super chats.
I told you guys I want to support you guys in the. I appreciate all the support you guys give me, and I want to grow a little bit. I don't want to be. I don't have delusions of grandeur, but I want to. We'll figure something out in the future. I was serious yesterday. I talked to you guys behind the scenes. I mean it, and I want you to be rewarded. And I want also our PlayStation Plus podcast to be successful in the future too.
I'm glad, Max. I adore the heck out of you, and I love this community. And I love everybody here except for Firewater.
No, Firewater's legit.
Oh, somebody's blasting Jeremy right now.
Yeah. His name's Max.
Yeah, his name's Max.
Iron Man,
aka
Docs.
Oh yeah.
I just caught a little bit of it. I don't know. I'll watch it.
I have to check that out. Hey, props to Echo Base for making that happen.
No, I give him credit. At least he's willing to talk to people. I mean, I don't agree with him on a lot of things.
Well, maybe I'll minimize this, and then we'll get. I don't want to replay it, but we'll get Saggy's interpretation of all this outrage about the casting of Phoebe Waller-Bridge as a lead in the next Indiana Jones movie. And they're basically being SJW, Saggy. They're upset someone got hired that's a feminist and an activist. That's their main issue with her.
Well, Jeremy kind of was touching base on that on the stream I was watching a little bit ago, where he was basically saying that they're always casting people of color and women in parts and stuff. And it's just in my head, it's just like, so what? Sometimes it's fine. Like, I understand that there's a problem. Sometimes characters will be changed and casted certain things for an agenda, but it's usually obvious. It's usually, it's usually pretty obvious. But with this situation, it's like Indiana Jones. Why is it a big deal that they're casting a female lead? Like, Indiana Jones has had
her opinions.
But here's the thing. But because of her opinions, what about Gina Carano? You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes down to, like, people like to pick and choose when it's okay to have an opinion and be casted in a role, and then when it's not, right? Because that's what it always comes down to.
Here. I got a super chat, but comic book. What are you doing here, comic book hut?
Me, Jeremy, comic book hut.
I actually wanted to collab with comic book hut.
I'm actually curious on what he thinks of the new Stealing Solo fundraiser. I don't know if he put a video out about that.
Hey, comic book hut, feel free to come on anytime. I was legit when I said it back in the day. But yeah, Geeks with Cash is proven he has cash. I really appreciate that, man. Come by the PlayStation Plus podcast tomorrow. We have a hot one tomorrow. I'm trying to bring my, not aggressiveness, but my type of way of video to the podcast tomorrow for ethics and gaming.
I'm curious. Darth Scipio had a comment there. I don't know why would she be a problem?
What does that sound?
Yeah, if we can minimize that, that'd be great.
RJ. Okay, sorry.
I'm just curious as to why her writing would be a I just, like I said, I'm not being facetious. I just don't know much of it. She did Fleabag. I watched an episode. It wasn't for me. I didn't think it was bad. I was kind of like, I'm kind of over this. I don't really know much about her. Like what would make you make that statement?
Okay. Well, Comic Book Guy has a theory that Indy's going to give her the fedora. It used to be Mutt. Now it's going to be Phoebe.
But here's my thing. Why can't there be a female lead in Indiana Jones? We've had so many movies. My thing is we've had so many movies. Okay, now we have a woman possibly the lead of this franchise. So what? It would be one thing if they did it like maybe like in the middle of the series, like maybe they did one and the next one, well, they have one, but it's been so long. Like, yeah, they're trying to change it up. Like, so what? Indiana Jones is a male version of Tomb Raider.
Well,
okay?
Tomb Raider is a female version of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what I mean. Like, there's still, you could still have a female lead.
Well, I'll be real with you. I'm not like super excited if like say Comic Book Hut's right. I'm not like super excited about that idea. But I'm also like, I'll see if it works.
Well, what are you going to do?
Nobody buff. That's not going to work.
But here's the thing. What are you going to do? He's old. He can't.
Yeah, he's almost 80. Is he not? Like, I'm surprised he's even doing this.
Yeah,
right.
At what point does he? I mean, he's in shape, but like, at what point does he run out of gas?
Right, like they're gonna have to recast Indiana Jones eventually, anyways. And hey, if Indiana Jones becomes a woman, then oh well.
Like, I mean, I'm not thrilled about it. It's not like I'm not like it's about time, but I'm like, okay.
But he's had his run. He's had his run. He's old. He can't keep doing these movies. He's eventually gonna.
He's gonna be 70 next year. He's 69.
Right. So
like, I mean,
what do you want?
Yeah, it's assuming he could even. They can't really keep delaying things, right? I would imagine. Right? If they're going to film this thing, they're going to have to film it at some point. Like, there's going to be a breaking point in his career.
Yeah, he's nearly 80. He's nearly.
And here's the thing: they're going to cast him They're going to have to recast him regardless. And again, if the Indiana Jones role gets passed down to a female lead,
I did my math wrong. I'm an idiot.
No.
I am. No. The gentleman is right. He's 78. I was right there. I should have led with that. Well, 78 would be 2020. So he's 70. I mean, like.
Here's our friend the bro, the retro bro. You know why? 2 words: Ghostbusters. How'd that work? That doesn't mean that's the result.
Here's the thing. Ghostbusters bombed, and Hollywood's already learning from it. So, I mean, at that point, I don't really think that comparing it to Ghostbusters is valid anymore.
Well, I think it's a false equivalency because Ghostbusters was a reboot with not the original character, especially when we don't have Harold Ramis anymore. That sucks. Right. He was hysterical.
It kind of shit on the.
So I don't see this. We don't have enough information to make that comparison yet.
We're being prejudiced. We're assuming and prejudging it.
Well, here's another thing too. If Ghostbusters presented itself instead of a reboot as a sequel, and the women were actually the daughters of the original, it would have probably made a little bit more sense and worked a little bit better. But I don't think it was casted just because, well, we need all female leads. I think they had a point of going somewhere, and they just did it the wrong way. But the new Ghostbusters film, it looks great. It looks like there's some promise. So again, it's all about people really wanting their cake and eating it too. Like, you either are fine with certain changes, or then certain changes you're not fine with. But overall, this whole Indiana Jones thing, it's not that deep. Harrison Ford is old, guys. Like, he can't keep doing this, and eventually they will recast him. And what Han said in the chat, he said, well, if he's old, all good things end, just let it die. It's like,
if the predictions are accurate and she does do Bond and then Indiana Jones and 2 male properties, they hand off to a woman, I can understand where there's some outrage coming from that if it's not done in a respectful way, or it's
why.
Well, no, I will wait to the results. That's what I'm saying.
Well, my whole thing is, why does it matter? He's passing down the torch. What does it matter who he passes down to? As long as the story, as long as the reason why he passes the torch to whoever
it's just interesting her choice of consecutive.
Well, we don't even
projects,
know
though.
he's gonna pass the torch to her.
Right.
That's what
But
I'm trying to say. That's what I've been trying to argue.
We
this
don't have
entire
that
time.
information.
Nobody knows
It's
what this movie's
preemptive
about.
outrage. It's pre-outrage.
Right, but here's the thing.
Pre-outrage, you know?
It's okay to speculate that maybe that, like, so for instance, like, what if that the movie is he's passing the torch? Now we have to accept that he's passing the torch because he has to at some point pass
He's
the torch.
78. I mean, he might not even finish fucking filming the thing.
I liked Mutt. I wanted Mutt to take over.
Well, Shia LaBeouf's career is over. So
Yeah,
that's
I
not
know.
happening.
As long as it's not Shia LaBeouf, can we all just agree? As long as it's not Shia LaBeouf, we could probably find some leeway here, please.
I want Shia LaBeouf to come. Well, he did some nasty shit lately. I think. I don't know.
Shia LaBeouf
I'm out on Shia LaBeouf. He jumped the shark. He's done.
Yeah, he did.
He's been canceled.
Yeah. No, Comic Book Hut says no problem with the female lead. Okay.
Right, but there's some people who do, and it's like, but why? Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. What? There are so many movies that have female leads. Like, what is the big deal? Indiana Jones. So what?
Yeah, it's pre-outrage. They need something to yell and scream about.
Listen, the next Indiana Jones movie, right? You know why there's a female lead? Because she is going to be his caretaker. Because the next Indiana Jones is all going to be about him retiring in Florida and spending his 401k.
It's gonna be geriatric Jones.
We get to see him have his colonoscopies and his doctor's appointments.
Actually, you know what? Funny story. Have you guys watched Young Indy? Harrison Ford is older than the old Indy in that show.
That's interesting.
Just
you know,
funny to
I
point
gotta
out.
go back. I would prefer they'd go back and do a Young Indiana Jones on Disney Plus.
Harrison Ford said he'd rather die than let that happen.
Oh, really?
Yes. He said that multiple times. He'd rather die than let anyone
I
else
have
play
the
role.
DVDs. I just have to get volume 3 of the DVDs because I think they're going to be rare. They're not putting those in anywhere.
Whoa! It went down.
Aaron Entertainment.
Oh, I don't know that conversation that was going on Echo stream
Really?
with the guy Iron Man that jumped on. Apparently, he popped off, and I
really?
Yeah, because everyone's in the chat. I have it still going on my phone, and everyone's in the chat saying that he bugged out and bounced Iron Man. So I think he kind of that convo got a little heated.
I really got it. I'll be honest. I really got to see this. I don't want to do a whole stream snipe too because
don't snipe. Don't snipe.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to do their whole thing there.
But we could clip it and do it another time.
Yeah, but I'm very intrigued. We actually lost some. We actually lost some viewers. Thanks, Saggy.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. But thank you, Aaron.
Another thing, Jeremy, because of you, a lot of people don't like you because of your attitude and your smile. When I show them all
We're stream sniping
on me, and you doing all your fans, what are you going to say to them? Oh, I don't let my fans do that. I'm not responsible. You are. You're a snake oil salesman. Admit it. I'm so angry because you're smiling. All you care about
you're calling me names. You're calling me names.
You're a snake oil salesman. Admit it.
Wow.
Admit it. No, don't.
Damn,
You
bro.
you talk. You go, oh, he did this, he did that. I went in and paid money to you. Do you think that someone that pays money to you, you should shit and go hard on, like you said? Answer that. Do you think that someone that pays money that you should shit on? I went to the video, play it. Laugh, tell them.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Good tactic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys want to hear the rest?
Are you there?
No. Well, why doesn't Max
Did I
clip
not
it?
address this a few weeks
Well,
ago?
I watched that later while I'm getting.
Yeah, Max will clip it.
Holy crap! It went down.
I told you. I was like, I
think that guy Max made a mistake.
Well, that wasn't Max. That was someone else. They're all going around.
Iron Man, dude. Yeah, right. I would. I mean, I think yelling at him is not the way. I think talking to him like you're educated and he's uneducated, I think that does a lot more damage.
Well, listen.
I super chatted the conversation because the point that they were talking about.
Somebody mentioned me in their chat. Was it Firewater?
Yeah, they're bringing you up, man.
Oh, good Tom King?
Hold on, I got you, fam. Hold on. You guys, I got you.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, I want to get the air. Thank
I
you
want to
so
watch
much.
that.
Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, bring it on, Saggy. But I want to get to Aaron Entertainment. She could be, this is great. She can be his student, his mentor, granddaughter, etc. Actually, if you think about the casting of his love interest in Crystal Skull, she might fit the daughter. Well, not the daughter. No, because she'd be too old. But I don't know.
They could bring Karen Allen back. I'd love if they brought her back.
The Phoebe Waller-Bridge, could she be somehow related to Indy? No. Unless she didn't tell. Unless she didn't tell her. Yeah. Unless she didn't tell Indy in the last movie or something.
I mean, that's the thing. We won't know for a while. If I were to speculate, she's either playing a villain or something.
She kind of gives me that vibe. She kind of gives me that vibe of his love interest from the first Indiana Jones and Crystal Skull. What's her name? That she'd be related to her. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. But Mike, thank you for the super chat, Aaron Entertainment. Okay.
I'm curious why my name was brought up in this. That makes my night. That's hysterical.
That Tom King guy doesn't like you.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, I had him. I embarrassed him with it. He tried to go against lawyers, First Amendment attorneys, as to why Gina Carano has no case. And he goes. I think he asked one person. I asked a bunch of lawyers because I don't know. I'm not an expert, so I consult people that know more than me. Unlike these Fandom Menace people.
Oh, he's not calling me Mini Jeremy. He's calling Jeremy because of Quarter Pounder.
So here's the thing. I want to just touch base on like why. So Echo, we all know Echo Base. He comes here once in a while. So I was curious because I was like, Echo Base. What Echo Base has 400 views right now. What's going on? So I got curious. So I popped in because I usually pop in if I see people live. I pop in, leave a like, whatever. So I popped in. I saw Jeremy on there. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" So the conversation that was had when I joined was the whole argument about people who have platforms having responsibility to like let their audience know that they don't condone certain behavior, kind of disavow certain things. And Jeremy was like, well, no, we can't be responsible. And I'm like, so you're telling me because you have a voice and you have a platform and people respect you and they like you, if people are doing bad things to earn Jeremy points, you don't feel obligated to say anything? And he basically was just like, no. And it's like, yeah, I understand his points, but you have to understand, you have a voice, you have influence. That's why they call people influencers. You have influences on other people. So I would feel like if people are doing bad things in your name to protect yourself, your brand, and what you stand for, you should basically go on a live stream one day and say, hey, I heard you guys are doing this. Maybe knock it off or don't do that. I don't want you to do that for me. It doesn't take much to just make a 5-minute video and say something, right? And then my other comment was like, I told him, I was like, honestly, my issue I have is like it's a power dynamic, right? You have a big person who has influence, again, influencer, who is talking to the audience and having their opinions, which is swaying and influencing other people. But also you have other people who might disagree, who can't have that conversation because we're too small. We're a little blimp on the radar and we don't get to have our voices heard. And it always comes off as a one-sided argument when you're watching these streams. Because like, at least with us, we will invite the opposition on if we feel that strongly. But because these bigger YouTubers feel like they're too big and this is what I mean. It's like, it's different if you're a commentary channel, but he has certain opinions that he closes so people can't have that discussion with him. Well, it's a one-sided convo.
This is why the hater streams ended, and it came back today. I don't think. Do you think Jeremy will be doing?
No, I don't. I think they were just taking it there. I don't think he would walk into that, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't think he would walk into that.
You know what it is?
I think Echo Base
to
holy hell
as an open link on their channel.
Oh yeah, he does, and I'll give them props to that because it's unpredictable what happens.
Right, exactly. All right, I don't know how to transition into my other topics.
I thought that was great. I just can't believe that guy, Good Tom King, mentioned me in the chat. I think that's absolutely hysterical. That just made my night.
It's because you destroy him on Twitter.
Your reputation.
He got. Like I said, the last exchange we had, he was trying to explain why Gina Carano has a case against that former senator.
Oh my God!
And the one guy said, there's so many he doesn't know what the judge would say because there's so many reasons why it would fail, and it would be difficult to choose one. I thought that was absolutely. And these guys are attorneys. They chimed in on the whole Vic Mignogna case, and they turned out to be right. And they turned out to be right because they're actual attorneys, and people may think they're slimy or scummy or whatever. I mean, like I don't really care what their opinion on that is, but. like whether people like him or not is irrelevant. Do they know the law? And a lot of them do. And I asked, there was about 5 attorneys that I know at least 2 or 3 of them from other cases, and they explained in thorough explanations as to why Gina Carano, while it's unfortunate what that senator said, and I wouldn't have said that because I don't believe it, but there are several. It turns out, from what I understood, and I'm just a layperson, it turns out if she believes what she said was true, you don't have a case. If she believes that she was an actual whatever she said about her, then the case is dead because she, in her mind, believes that she's saying the truth, and that's protected speech. So
I can't stand. I heard Kendall on the 4 Nerds. I can't stand still that he says it's Zack Snyder's fault that he said Geeks and Gamers. He is not responsible. He is not responsible for what surrounds your brand.
Well, I brought that point
by
up
saying
too.
I'm going to collab with you. That is not his fault at all.
I brought that point up too when Jeremy was talking about when his answer was, no, you shouldn't be responsible. I'm like, but didn't you hold Zach responsible for all the hate you guys got because you misunderstood what his comment about hate and Chinese people was?
He said he slandered him.
So, right. So again, it comes to the whole point of there's a power dynamic. You have people with voices and power using it as influencers to basically rally the troops. And you have a responsibility to disavow that.
It was not born from hate. It was people found out what happened to him, which was atrocious, that they butchered his movie when he had family tragedy. Just to get what? Firewater? Just to get a bonus. Right.
I wanted to do it too.
They butchered his movie.
Yeah.
They took it from him just to make a release date. That's where it was born from. And people felt for him and his family and made it something. Yes, it is charity, suicide prevention. And I again, if any channel that you've been following against the Snyder Cut thing, I say suicide prevention is more than throwing money at it. It's how you interact with people online too.
Yeah, when you weaponize calling a certain group of fans of Star Wars fans what mentally ill and therefore kind of invalidating their existence, they
oh my goodness! Breaking news: Walter Hamada said to restore the Snyderverse.
No, stop it.
Also, I don't agree with the idea that the Snyder Cut was born from hate.
No.
I don't agree.
There are problems in it, and I think me, Eddie, RJ, Saggy, Brian. We've all seen glimpses of where it could go in the future if they still deny it, because we see it heading very fit. Because there is a crossover between the Phantom Menace. We see that narrative taking over of absolute outrage if they completely ignore the fans and the consumer. Unfortunately, me and Eddie talked about this behind scenes, right, Eddie? You said if it gets really bad, I wanted to continue, but I might have to take a step back.
I've been saying it since the Sarnoff interview, man.
Right.
It scares the hell out of me, man. Like, oh.
So listen, Zeno, we're well aware of the potential problems. We're not hating on other projects. Now, speaking of that, great segue. Are you sick of JJ Abrams? Listen, I used to be a JJ Abrams fan. I still think he can produce quality work. But he keeps going on to universes, rebooting them, and then leaving them in shambles. Rise of Skywalker ending was not good, and part of it, he didn't want to do a whole trilogy. There's a reason for that. He likes to go listen, capitalism, whatever. He likes to go start a franchise. That's where he gets his most money and move on to the next one. He's not worried about how it ends.
Because JJ's a good idea, man.
But
that's his specialty.
But that's where he's going. He has a company. He makes big bank for all his employees. He has employees too. I mean, if you were with Bad Robot, you'd be making lots of money, and you would have good, stable job for the future because of the moves he makes. But is it good for the actual property though? Wow, my ideas. I want my Man of Steel too. Well, he's gonna make he's gonna make a Superman movie. But what are I mean, honestly, we don't want to hate on JJ. If he delivers, I'll be happy. But are at this point, are you sick of him jumping to different nerd culture universes? He does a lot of homage to Spielberg and all of that. And he's not really. I mean, is it fair to say he's not concerned about how it ends, only how it starts? Firewater, you think
I don't-
fair criticism of JJ?
The reality is, though, I mean, him being hired on a project is a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why these studios keep hiring him. Now, people may not like the reason, but I mean, like, he has no shortage of work. I believe JJ Abrams is probably in a point in his career he could basically pick any project he wants. I think he should have done the entire sequel trilogy himself.
Mm-hmm.
And you live and die by that. You live by the JJ Abrams, die by the JJ Abrams. But at least I believe it would have been consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And whether that was good or bad, that would be up to the individual viewer. But I do believe that it would be. I don't know. Like I said, the studios keep hiring him. It's not like he just buys these IPs himself and then he just trashes them. So it's a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Geeks with Cash says, I'll be honest, I'm torn on Abrams. He was one of the best things to happen to Star Trek and one of the worst at the same time.
Amen.
I like the first Star Trek.
Yeah, me too. And then,
but then he brought in Kurtzman, and then Kurtzman, I don't know. I mean, Into Darkness was not very good, so.
Well, I have this article in the description, so I at least got to read the beginning of the article. I'm reading article. I'm doing super chats and reading articles. I'm doing revolutionary stuff here. That's basically what everyone does. All right. Here's the Geekosity article. We're just going to do the first paragraph. I won't read the whole thing. DC Films wants JJ Abrams to direct Multiverse Justice League. Now, this looks cool to me. After I get to see Zack Snyder's, like, I would be all for. I mean, these characters, like a female Aquawoman. I forget the Black Superman's actual name. I forget.
Well,
Calvin.
There's two of them. There's Calvin Harris and there's Val-Zod.
Yeah, and this Green Lantern. I mean, that looks like a cool. Oh, and there's like a Batman symbol. That looks really legit. It's just I want to see something else first. That's all. DC Films wants JJ Abrams to reboot and direct the next Justice League film. So if this is accurate, they're going to do Flash and then Multiverse Justice League. Moreover, the movie is planned to connect with JJ Abrams' Superman movie with a multiverse setting. As fans continue their social media campaign to restore the Snyderverse, DC Films will proceed forward under the supervision of Walter Hamada. And that path theatrically does not include the Snyderverse, although The Rock intends to pursue his own map for the Blackout. This makes Matt Jarbo seem right more every day.
Because I think he is kind of right in a lot of regards.
Yeah,
yes, he is.
Ironically, for a company so spellbound by the multiverse, they seem to be caught in it. And I did some research. I thought Flash wasn't filming yet. Breaking news! It is. It is filming. So is Black Adam. They're both filming.
Yep, they're both. I don't think Flash is officially started, but it should be within like next week.
No, it is. It is. I have. Hold on. Where is it? I had.
Okay. I didn't know if they posted something new to confirm it. I just know Black Adam for sure was confirmed to start filming.
Well, I had more articles up, but let's just get our interpretation of that article and what we think now that we know. Because I can't find. Thanks, Saggy. I'm boomerang in. I can't find the tabs where I actually had an image of Black Adam's. When they filmed the board. What's it called?
Why the hell was that my fault?
No,
hold up.
Because you say I boomer. Because I say I lose track of tabs and stuff when I'm streaming. Yeah.
How dare you blame me for your boomerang right now?
No, I'm not blaming you for it. I'm just saying you get in my head, and when I do it, and then I'm like, damn it, I'm doing it again.
Sir, I did not say anything in the last 5 minutes, sir. I feel like this is personal targeting right now. I don't feel safe. I'm blinking. I'm blinking profusely. You guys can't see it, but I'm blinking.
No,
I believe you.
But basically, I could do the research, but you really take my word for it, please. That both Flash and Black Adam are underway, so they're moving.
I don't care.
We still might get the Snyderverse on HBO Max, but they are moving forward.
I don't care about WB and their crappy movies they're gonna make after this.
Pretty much.
I
Yeah.
just don't care.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't care. I'm so excited for Batman and Black Adam. So
I'm glad somebody is.
I don't
And
want to
Suicide
be.
Squad.
No, I'm excited for Black Adam for sure. The Rock. Are you kidding me?
Man,
No, knowing how much he wanted to do it,
man.
I even watched the Young Rock show. Black Adam is underway.
Don't care.
What's this thing called? I forget what they're called.
I don't know.
it's called it's a thing they click when they say
Yeah, we know what
action.
it does.
It's called a
We
thing
don't know
they
what it's
click.
called.
It's the,
I
it's
never
the
sound
action,
dumb
the
calling it a
action
movie
clicker.
slapper.
The action. Yeah,
no,
it's
no,
movie
no,
slapper.
Zeno. There's a difference there. It's not hate. There's no consumer confidence. Why should people bring out their hard-earned cash to support?
Well, I
There's
understand what
there's
Zeno's point is, though.
Yeah.
Basically, his point is basically, well, if you're not excited for the future of DC, are you really a DC fan at all, or are you just Snyder fans?
That's
By
kinda
the way, it's
gatekeeping,
called
though,
a
isn't it?
clapperboard. It's called a clapperboard.
I mean, you could be happy with what, or you could dislike what they're doing now, but be happy with what they did before.
I don't think in order to be a DC fan, you have to like all the work they put out.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't agree with that at all.
Barcy BB says Batman and Black Adam are the only ones she cares about. Fair, good take, Barcy. Good take, Barcy. Listen, I'm conflicted. I'm still kind of intrigued by that image of the Multiverse Justice League. I don't want to see it without seeing what happens to Zack Snyder's Justice League, though.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
and
Max,
I'm
I've said
getting-
this many times that I 100% believe Mikey said on that. I 1,000% believe that's the plan.
Well,
I've said from the beginning that the Flash movie is what Walter Hamada is hedging his bets on. That's his pet project movie, and whatever happens with that is going to set up the future of what he wants to do with DC.
Mm-hmm. Walter Hamada is saying some really nasty stuff about Joss. What's the other guy? Jeff
Johns.
What about Jeff Johns, Walter? According to Ray Fisher, that's not hate. It's not hate. We want it to be good. Taylor's excited.
I don't care. It's not hate. I just don't
think
care.
It's indifference.
Leaving the
Right.
Justice League as canon when there's a superior product is a mistake.
Well, listen.
Well, the problem is they've
Fire-
already made
Fire-
movies, though.
Firewater is not hurting for money. He does well for himself. He likes to support geek culture and even YouTubers too. I've seen him do it for Enosh. He respects the movie talk genre, and he respects properties too. But at a certain point on a previous stream, Firewater, you're like, I just don't know if I may want to invest in this. My time is important too. It's like a waste of time. There's no consumer confidence, and it wastes your time to try to get excited.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get my time's more limited than my money, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, what it comes down to, when I spend time on something, I want to make sure it's worth my while. Like, for example, it's worth my while coming on here. If it wasn't, I'd stop doing it, right? So, what I want to do is, I don't know. With the Flash movie, like, how many people did they have doing it? I don't, like, I can't keep up. With how many directors were fired. Is Ezra Miller even still starring? I like him. I didn't like him in Justice League, Joss Whedon's one, but I loved him in Snyder Cut. So I mean, it comes down to I have limited time. Like, forget about money. I have limited time. I don't, and I don't want to be invested in something. I don't want to drag my wife to a movie and then I come out and I'm like, you know what? Now I got to go see one of her romantic comedies because fair is fair. And now I wasted a good movie on a movie that might be subpar. So that's where it comes down to. So I don't know. I don't think you have to like I'm a Star Wars fan. I don't watch the 3D animation stuff. I don't hate it. It's just I tried a couple episodes of Clone Wars. It just wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll check out the Bad Batch. Probably not, but we'll see. I'm in a little bit of a show hole now. So I mean, I got Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I've been watching Invincible. That show has been phenomenal.
I didn't see that yet.
I've started watching that. Yeah.
Here's a topic, Firewater: is the movie industry and the blueprint for theaters and stuff, is it really downhill, or is it just that the quality isn't there? I think a lot of people are like Firewater. They have money. They spend money on good entertainment. I honestly think the movie theaters are. Streaming is the next thing, but if you build it, they will come.
But here's
Remember
the thing,
Field of
though,
Dreams?
Yeah, right. Well, I thought
If
it
it's
was
a good quality
if
content.
you build it, he will come. I thought that was the actual.
Oh,
quote.
okay.
I'm just being a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
But
no, but seriously, if you make good content, you'll get big box
but
office.
the problem is though, if it depends how you know what it is. I bet you theaters go the way of like arcades. Like there'll be one in every county, right? Not one on every street corner like it was in like the 80s and 90s, right? Early 90s. Home entertainment, Nintendo killed the arcade, right? We could agree on that. Nintendo Entertainment System. Why keep pumping in quarters when I can just buy this unit once and I'll be good? I think the same thing will happen with theaters. I think they're going to drastically downsize.
Yeah.
They're going to drastically downsize because HBO and Disney are giving us theater level quality at home. And I already that's HBO Max is already paid for. I actually looked at my potential cable bill. My contract's up in June. My cable bill is going to go up to $200 a month. Right now, I'm paying because they took away the regional sports fees. I'm paying like $110. So I might switch to streaming only, or unless they have some sort of like summer deal coming up. Because I saw that, I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not paying $200 a month for. And I only have one cable box in my house. We don't have a cable box in our bedroom. So to me, if I go streaming only, I have 4 Fire Sticks. You know, I have 4 TVs in my house, so I have 4 Fire Sticks.
Fire Stick.
Get it? But I do see it as because what are they going to do? They're going to keep charging these outrageous fees. I'll just watch it at home. Like, for example, the Saturday before Easter, I visited my parents and my brother and his wife. They have 3 kids, and my nephew's a big Godzilla fan. They were going to take him to the theater, but they're like, I don't know. We don't know if we want to go. It's like, no. You can watch it on HBO Max now. I set my parents up with my account. So my nephew, who's about 10, he got a chance to watch it. And he was happy. And they said, like, you know, they were like, oh, great. You saved us a trip to the theater. And so, like, maybe they'll still go if he really wants to. But he already saw it. So to me, I feel like by offering like a home alternative, a lot of people are going to take that. I love going to the theater.
Well, that's why I say offer different exclusives to the theater. Like,
well, they're going to have to. The only way to drive people into the theaters is to say, like, well, you know what?
Some extra
Disney Plus subscriber, you're not going to get this until 90 days after it's in theater. 90 days after the theater run. Then you can watch it.
I think you could do some other things to get people in the theater. Like IMAX cut be in, you know, like say you had the widescreen version of Zack Snyder's Justice League, but you can only see the IMAX cut in theaters. That would be perfect. Things like that are going to get in and make the theater an event again and focus on IMAX. People don't like 3D. Everyone agrees on IMAX. Film in IMAX, do multiple cuts. You're going to get a huge picture in the theater. It's completely different. That's what I would do.
You know what it is, though. I mean, yeah, you got to offer something to draw people in. One of the things they can offer in.
Oh, what's wrong, Saggy?
Nothing. Just seeing some comments being said by a certain lovable troll in the chat.
Well, to be fair to Zeno, though, some of the stuff he is saying, I don't necessarily disagree.
Why do you assume it was Zeno? Why did you assume the troll was Zeno? Why would you
Zeno
just jump
into
into wow?
Because he's the usual suspect.
I'm really disappointed in you, RJ.
I'm sorry, Zeno. I'm sorry.
Targeting.
Wow, you just assumed right off bat I was talking about Zeno.
Well, you always talk about Zeno.
Is it Zeno? That's
I mean, it might be a safe assumption to make.
Well, what could have been Walter Hamada? That's clearly a troll. Like, come on now.
This is also true.
Yeah, exactly. Could have been Walter in my comment. But no, I will say to Zeno, you said you're seeing some of us hate on the Suicide Squad because WB didn't want to make the Snyder movies. Like, even before I got into this and I saw, because before they did tease this before all this happened. And I saw it, I already wasn't interested. So no, it's
I think
not,
it's more niche than the first one with the you know. Not
like,
I can answer Zeno's question. Okay. The reason why there would be no consumer confidence is because the Snyder Cut is like the hottest thing on the internet right now. Nothing else compares right now. The amount of tweets that they got are greater than Endgame, and Endgame was like over 20 movies into the making. So what had happened was that's where, in my opinion, this is a great product. Why aren't you continuing with this? And if they're not going to continue with that, how consumer confidence would drop. This is a slam dunk.
Yeah,
Let Zack Snyder finish his 2 movies. He could be done by 2025, the latest.
Yeah. Well, we're not blindly hating Zeno. We're not.
No,
we have context. We have context of what they've done.
No, I'm not hating on Suicide Squad. I'm going to watch it at home. I'm not going to watch it in the theaters when I can watch it at home for free.
He says blindly hating new stuff. You haven't seen.
But I don't understand how you could.
We're not blindly hating.
You could criticize them for not releasing more Snyder stuff, and then I don't understand how that leads to blind hate for everything else.
It's not even blind hate. It's not even blind hate. It's more like I see them making something that doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me. It doesn't. I don't care about Black Adam. Sorry, don't care. Don't care.
I do want to see that.
Rock, so I'm going to give
Hamada, I do want to see that. I do want to see.
I will say though, I do see a worrying trend though. At least in some of the like, I am playing devil's advocate a little bit here, but
get out. We don't want devil's advocates. We only want yes men. Get out.
I mean, here's the thing. Like 2 things. One, to respond to Firewater. Couldn't it be argued technically that just because something's hot on the internet, it's not hot with the mainstream general normies who like make up the majority of the box office that Warner Brothers would want?
I would argue that would normally be true unless you have blue check marks that are not in entertainment saying release the Snyderverse. You got George Kittle from the 49ers. He's got a lot of star power. A lot of people have been clamoring inside and outside of entertainment to release more, or continue the Snyderverse or whatever the hashtag, restore the Snyderverse. So right. I would argue that social media depends on who's posting. And I would argue when you have the volume of tweets plus the star power behind it, that's something special.
Okay. I mean, I just know this has been an argument that a lot of people have made. It's like, well, just because something's popular on the internet doesn't mean that's popular.
Right. Doesn't mean it translate into sales, in other words. Right. No. So, and that's what I'm saying. That's probably what the studio's thinking right now. To me, I think it would be a huge mistake. I mean, my Disney Plus subscription, or I'm not Disney Plus, my HBO Max subscription is up in June. And that's what's contributing to my cable bill potentially being $200. I don't know. I might keep it. I might not. I don't know. I have a decision to make. Hopefully, Eddie, we'll have an announcement one way or the other.
Are you hating on the new Suicide Squad as you took a chip? No, I'm not hating on it. Me and my
wife
think
it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it's very similar. But I did some of the jokes. Not a lot of people like those, dildo jokes and stuff. I mean, well, the internet loves that shit, but not general public. I'm serious. I know my family. No, if I watch it with my family, they're like, ugh. I don't think it has as wide as appeal as they wanted for the new Suicide Squad. I think even in good conditions, it's not going to be as wide. It's not going to be the revolution that they think because of James Gunn. I have a feeling.
Right. And also, too, I just want to make the last point I wanted to make real quick. I do think that there is somewhat of a worrying trend right now. I know none of us are like hating on anything, but when that first Suicide Squad trailer came out, I know it came out at a certain time when the Snyder Cut was at a fever pitch. A lot of the comments were saying, we don't want this, throw it away, restore the Snyderverse. And like even Eddie's made videos about like people spamming hashtags on inappropriate stuff and all that. Like there's a difference between saying you're not interested in something and like literally harassing people because it's not what you want.
You're right. Hashtags get out of control. That's the other problem with hashtags. But it's also a necessity too for marketing right now. In the age of social media.
No, of course. I mean, that's a tool that a lot of people use in order to make their voices heard. I just think we need to make sure that's not overused or abused.
I think the critics of toxic fandom, there's definitely talk there, but they have to be not so disingenuous to say that this specific hashtag or fandom. It's a problem with all hashtags. The more popular you get, the more idiots you get. The more people that use it.
Oh yeah, of course. All
right, so here's Retro Bro. When COVID hit, I set up a whole movie theater in my house. I got to really visit the Retro Bro with a projector and 100-inch screen with surround.
You meant rob the Retro Bro?
No, I'm not going to rob.
I'm very curious as to how much that costs because I've always been interested in building my own personal.
I'm going to guess whole movie. I'm going to guess $12,000.
I don't know.
He's not going to tell us because then we'll know how much money he has.
I wouldn't expect him to answer. It's just an educated guess. But I understand Retro Bro's point because it's, for example, my wife and I, we celebrated 10 years of marriage in October of 2020.
Aww.
And thank you. We were supposed to go to Aruba and go all out because we went there for our honeymoon. We went there for our 5-year anniversary.
10 years. The wall.
We were supposed to we were supposed to go crazy, and we weren't traveling, obviously. So now what we did is we took that money and we spent it on our house. We bought landscaping. We bought what's it called? We bought what the hell did we buy? We bought some other shit. I don't know what the fuck we bought. I got her a new bag, whatever. But the point is that we took the stuff, the money that we have earmarked for vacation.
Whoa!
We dumped into our house. So to me, it's I see what he's saying. Like, you know, COVID hit. All right, well, what the hell else am I doing? Oh, I could throw in because when he does have people over, it's going to be great. You can watch games on. You can watch football in there. You can watch his movies. You can do whatever he wants. I think that's a smart idea. Now you just spend 10. Let's say he just hypothetically spent 10 to 12K on that. Does he really want to go to a movie theater after that investment? I wouldn't.
No. I'm sorry. I was trying to listen to Firewater until Max did this thing where he put Eddie in the full screen.
I know. I couldn't help.
Down an entire bottle of juice in a second.
You should have crushed it and spiked it. Sorry, Firewater. I'm sorry.
Max be doing this thing where like
it wasn't that much. Okay, wow, I guess I'm wrong.
Well, he drank the whole thing in like a single gulp. It was so weird.
Oh, it wasn't.
Is it glass or plastic? I thought it was glass, so I was like,
it's plastic.
Oh, it is.
He said, "Well, after you're done with your Tommy trip, eventually you'll have to visit me and my wife, and we'll go visit Retro Bro because we're still distance, but I could get you there. We'll go visit his screen, play the Miko. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is there still a Miko drama going on?
Oh
yes.
Yeah. We're just not discussing.
We don't talk about it anymore. We're not.
No, I'm going to talk about it. Speak for yourself, Saggy.
Yeah, well, you're going to drag us in. I'm not trying to be good here.
No, you're.
I like Tommy.
You're
I don't understand why so many people don't like him.
No, he's a nice guy. I mean, you know what the problem with Tommy Tallarico is?
Damn it! Why?
He's too free with his time, and he's talking.
We're doing so well
because he's
excited.
Doing so
well.
No, this is giving him props.
I know, but we were doing so well not talking about it. We have to talk about this tomorrow. Can we get a?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I?
No, he's not business. Kinda. He's not business.
Yeah,
minded.
I didn't even finish my sentence. Fuck you.
He's like Firewater.
He's excited. He's excited, so he talks about things and gives specifics when he should be more vague, because people on the internet hold you to every single word.
You're awful.
But that's what we'll talk about tomorrow.
Oh, now we can talk about
also,
tomorrow.
Max, you have a couple more super chats.
Oh,
real quick.
Yeah. Oh, wow, we do.
Taylor M.
I did that.
Adam Driver from Indiana Jones 5 could make a fun movie, and Indy probably will be like push my wheelchair.
You know what? If they wanted to recast Mutt,
with the whip,
I'd be okay with that.
He should be in a wheelchair with the whip. Let's go, Mutt. Let's go.
Mush.
Isaac, the film geek. Yeah, I'd love to have you. Isaac's a great guy. He's recently with. I really appreciate all the support. I didn't expect many people to super chat tonight. I really didn't. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me, to the bottom of my heart, and I'm going to do something cool with it. I'm not sure what.
He's finally going to pay us, guys.
People that contribute so much to my channel.
He's finally going to pay Brian all that money he's owed. Brian.
It's been a long year.
I think Brian's the first on the list, to be honest, even ahead of Saggy. Brian's
I would hope so. I would freaking hope so.
Yeah, so we'll figure something out to give.
Can I get $1? I want to buy a pack of gum.
Well, you were late.
You don't have to pay me.
It's WrestleMania.
I just like to show up here.
Okay.
Well, I would like my bubble tea. That's all I ask. Is Bax buys me.
That's all I mean. Like, we're not going to make big bank here, but we can.
Listen, Max. I just want you to buy me one bubble tea.
Yeah,
every
we can
day.
A bubble tea every day. God damn
every
it!
Day.
No,
yeah,
no, not every day.
It's only $5. It's $5 a day. It's not a big deal.
I don't have that kind of money. I just bought a PS5.
What do you mean?
Really
Maybe I shouldn't have said that before. Now the super chats are going to stop.
No, they didn't. Eddie just sent in a new one.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Eddie just paid for my bubble tea. There you go, Max.
Oh.
No excuses.
He is thirsty as no. Just kidding.
Ooh, yeah,
I was gonna make that. Never mind.
He's mad that Ray is my wife now.
Yeah, right.
Are you sure about that?
Where's Ray tonight?
The third wheel.
Wow.
Speaking of movie theaters, real quick though, I talked about this before, but like I had a wonderful experience going to see Godzilla vs. Kong on like a big IMAX screen. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like at home there's just way more distractions and I can't enjoy movies as much as I would like to. Like, if I go to a theater, there's less distractions in my opinion. So it's just a lot more fun. I'm more engaged with it, I guess.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I don't know. If, I don't know if
by
anyone
yourself.
else feels that way. I mean, I know for some people they hate going to theaters because there's too many distractions. I'm like the opposite.
Okay.
Is it really World Bubble Tea Day on the 30th? No,
What?
Zena, we know. Listen, I'm not against YouTube. I'm not like other YouTubers. They provide a platform for people to get compensated. So I wish there was a better ratio for talent. Yeah, but they offer alternative, just like going back to what Firewater said. No one pays for premium, and then if more, but YouTubers aren't going to do this. Is say pay for the premium. That way we get 100% of the views. That would be better for all in parties, and then the advertisers wouldn't have as much pull. Every YouTuber that complains about getting demonetized because certain subjects there's a little bit of blame to yourself because there's an opportunity there. They would have less. Advertisers would have less say if the majority of users paid for premium.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
But I mean, like the people that, like, again, that we live in a very entitled country.
Mhm.
I mean, just look at your fandom menace people. They're the ones. They're like, this is our fan. It's like, no, it's not. You don't own these stories. Shut up. Stop. You don't stop it. They went in a different direction. Knock it off. Grow up. But it's to me that'll never happen. I think they should charge people to rate and comment, though. I think that would be a fascinating experiment. I mean, YouTube needs to flex their hand a little bit. If they want to be bound less to advertisers, they got to give incentive for people to subscribe. And what are people going to do? They're going to go to Storyfire? Yeah, that's bankrupt. They're going to go to BitChute? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Vimeo? How do you say that?
Once the advertisers get there, it's the same story. It's actually never going to be as good as it is on YouTube.
Or what's that one that offers the shitty cryptocurrency, that monopoly money? What's that one?
I don't remember. I know.
Yeah, we'll pay you in monopoly money. All right, great. Take that $500 bill to
and Retro Bro, if I ever get the chance to talk to you about it, I'd love to talk to you about it, because I feel like if I went to Retro Bro's house and I sat in this movie theater, maybe I would change my mind. I just feel like there's nothing that can compete.
Oh, Comic Book Cut. Yeah, Comic Book Cut. Feel free to message me anytime if you want to be on the show at Mad Max Movies 1. For sure, we could talk. And
I like Comic Book Hut's videos against the Fandom Menace. I find him absolutely hysterical. I hope he does more content like that.
I like his logo.
If it's suitable.
I like his icon there. All right. I had more, but last subject, because it's about hour and 30, and then Enosh is going live soon.
Oh, okay. Nice. I got to work tomorrow.
Right. I'm just telling the viewers. All right. So listen. If you have been watching The Walking Dead, go watch Saggy's Twitch channel where she survives The Walking Dead first. But then you don't. This is what I keep telling people. Just like I keep telling people, I'm gonna. Mad Max recommends. I might have to do a segment. Mad Max recommends Mighty Ducks show on Disney Plus, because it's as much like Cobra Kai as Mighty Ducks could get. It's like a sequel series. It really is great to the original property, and it's fun. Emilio Estevez, it's 30-minute episodes. It just makes you feel good. And then if you have fallen off from The Walking Dead, I know it's hard. I'm not saying go back and watch, but I would say just watch the Negan episode. It's like a standalone backstory, and they are considering a Negan spinoff show. Now, I don't know if we actually want to see a Negan spinoff show, but even regardless if you want to see that show or not, you should absolutely watch the episode where it's like an origin story. It's a great episode, great acting. So you don't have to watch. You don't have to watch the context of the season. You can watch.
I'm a Walking Dead die.
Right. I was gonna say I'm a huge Walking Dead fan. I actually stopped watching it after a while because the comic was really good, and they did change a little bit, especially with like Negan's story arc. So it's very interesting, and I'm not surprised, because Negan has become kind of like a popular character, because in the comic books, spoiler alert for those of you who don't read the comics, Negan isn't actually alive in the comics. Like, well, he is, but he isn't. Like, he's still like locked up. But it's just weird how they're changing it so they can keep it going, because they lost their star cast. They lost Andrew Lincoln, who played Rick Grimes. They lost Michonne. They lost a lot of their main course characters
What
for the storyline.
wait a second. I don't mean to interrupt you. Did you type something wrong, Isaac? My wife's
That's
boyfriend.
what I thought too. I looked at it.
What?
I instantly looked at it.
You mean your mom? Do you mean your mom? and then if you do mean your mom, I'm sorry, Isaac. I'm sorry, Isaac.
I looked at
it, everybody.
Boyfriend.
I didn't know Isaac was married, and your wife has a boyfriend.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, I'm not shaming anyone and call it open relationship.
Interesting.
Firewater, what happened? Isaac's a young 20-something guy that I think he lives with his parents and his wife's boyfriend. Are you all living in that same house?
My
I don't know.
boyfriend.
I'm gonna take a dive on this one.
My wife's boyfriend won't let me do something. Like, what? Your wife's boyfriend, first of all. Second of all, he won't let you. How dare he?
You know that
My
word
wife's-
Ryan Kindle loves
my
to
wife's
say?
boyfriend is mean to me.
Now that is a literal. I don't like using that word though. The C word. Yeah.
Well, Max, before we get off, I actually wanted Firewater's take on the whole Netflix Sony thing.
What is
I know we were
What?
trying to
What
bring
is
it up in the chat.
Firewater's
but-
take? Can we just pause? Every time Firewater's on there, everyone's like, "We need Firewater's take."
I took care of that Firewater.
Because I don't get to talk to Firewater
No,
that much, so it's always
just kidding,
interesting to
Saggy.
hear what he has to say.
Firewater, we need your professional.
It's only because
opinion.
it's only because I don't get to talk to him
Listen,
that much.
he is
so.
famous. Didn't you watch the Echo
Yeah,
Base?
I appeared in the Echo Base chat. I'm hiring a new agent, and we're gonna get a PR team, and we're going with the whole thing.
Firewater, my toilet is clogged. I need your opinion on how to
call
handle
Matt
that.
Jarbo.
Call a plumber.
No,
We
don't
don't-
call
we
Matt
don't-
Jarbo. It'll
Don't
break.
call back Jarbo. I don't want to have my plungers get broken.
Oof.
All right, so Comic Book Hut might be on the show in the future.
I love how
if that's
Max,
actually him. If
Max.
that's actually him, yeah.
You forgot. RJ literally asked for Firewater's take, and then I side
Oh,
railed. Then you
sorry.
forgot that happened.
I'm sorry.
Side rail. That's called derailing. What do you?
No,
No,
I just
it's now
thought it'd
side
be
rail.
interesting to talk about the whole Sony Netflix thing. I know we touched on.
I
the
think
live
it's a
stream,
brilliant.
but-
I know Netflix pays at least $1.5 billion in licensing fees for third party content, so not their content. In other words, right? I think it's brilliant to get the Sony stuff.
It's only for the streaming rights. Like you're still gonna wait for like a year and a half to get
It is the
their
Comic
movies
Book
on
Hut.
there.
I'm following.
I thought it was 90 days.
Nope, it's gonna be like traditional theatrical window, Blu-ray, and rental, and then streaming. From what it sounded like.
Oh, I
yeah.
might have misread the terms then. All right. Either
But
way,
they
I
do
still
get-
think it's a good move. But
Right, and also too, not to cut you off, but also too, they have like first come first serve on any movie Sony wants to put out on streaming. Like, let's say that they're developing something that they don't really want to put in theaters, Netflix will have the option to buy it from them. So
Look at this. Yes, it's the People's Champion. I had you blocked, but why did you have me blocked on Twitter? I don't do anything. Oh, Andrew, next time, bud. I just wanted to have a smaller group because some of these longer streams, the streams have been going too long and getting out of hand, and I can't control anything, and that's not fair to the guests that are on the stream.
I can't control it. I'm trying to find the terms of the deal. I thought I understood them. Clearly, I don't. So then, I still think it's a good move. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not going to get the Sony content. sooner.
Patrick, good night. Tell my wife I said hello back. Hello, wife.
oh my god.
Wait,
Let us know.
Shout out
let's-
Maria. Are you seriously wanting us to have a wedding?
Yeah,
I
we're
think we should
having
do
a
it.
wedding.
I think we should do it.
I swear, I respect that
Eddie, you have
came
no
to
say in
me.
this.
I respect that you came, but I'm not one for word. Like, I'm not articulate. Enosh,
we can-
this is his jam. I think he
So-
would really make it
Okay,
stellar.
Max. Okay, how about this? So
I just want you
don't-
to have the best wedding ever. That's all.
Max, well, I have an important question for you then.
Yeah.
Will you be my maid of? Well, I guess I'll.
Yeah.
Be, will you be my best
I have
man?
wigs. Maid of honor. Yeah. Hey. Let's
Well,
get
no,
woke
Ray,
with it. Let's
Ray
get
is the
woke.
bride. Well, Ray is the bride, but I want.
I
you to
will
be,
be
my
the
best
maid
man.
of honor. I have some wigs. I don't care.
Did we
That's
decide
what you said
what my
first.
role is going to be? I thought we said I was
Well,
going to be
what's
the ring
Eddie?
bearer or
What's Eddie?
something. He's the guy who says I object when they ask him anyway.
Eddie's gonna object to the wedding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's his role.
Yeah,
So-
Isaac. There's a internet wedding gonna happen.
Yeah, so I proposed to Rhea.
On my stream, yeah.
An e-wedding.
I sound like a boomer. You're the one that said your wife's boyfriend. What the?
In that 21st century lifestyle.
Zeno's trying to get
What
Saggy
can
to
Firewater
get angry.
do at this wedding? What services can he provide?
My expert opinion on how a wedding should be run.
You're right. You'd have to
Actually, it's funny. I just watched my wedding. I'm serious about that. That's why I was a little bit late. We were watching my wedding DVD.
That's sweet.
And, yeah. A lot of people went to that fucking thing, man. Holy shit.
Wow. Great.
I would hope so. It's a friggin' wedding. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Firewater can be the wedding planner.
No,
that's a bad idea.
Firewater would be the drunken uncle that does the speech and is like,
you can give this speech.
Yeah, I know it's funny. My brother, because I have two older brothers, they were like my best men, so to speak, and my one brother would not shut up. I'm like, we're paying this fucking band so much money, and they're listening to you instead of playing. Like he went through and we watched the speech, and everyone was just laughing at my reaction. I was just like, make this end, please. It was like my older.
When do we get to watch your wedding tape?
That's private.
I want to see his. I want to see his wedding. Well, I didn't say we have to stream it. Jesus, I just want to see the wedding.
Nah. Oh,
nah.
Whatever. I want to see the reaction. I want to see you in a suit.
It's a one and done. I'm in a tuxedo, but who's counting? But it was formal. But
I want to see a tuxedo.
Yeah.
Do you look like a penguin?
I could wear a tuxedo with my.
No, I actually looked a lot hotter back then. I put on a lot of weight, so I looked a lot better.
It happens when you get married.
We all need Retro Bro to whip us up in the shape.
Yeah, Retro Bro. Yeah, Retro Bro looks like he keeps in shape, so maybe he can help me out there.
He does. I need to get on that.
I want him and Matt to do a stream together. The Bros, pumped up like that.
Is that what we're gonna call it? The Bros pumped up.
I don't know what to call it. I don't know. I'm getting tired. I am getting tired.
Max, you're running out of gas. You might want to just cut it.
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Thank you everybody for watching. Does anyone? Oh my Diaz, man, he supported the show tonight. Unlike certain individuals. Oh my Diaz. No. I mean, some showed up late and said, "When am I getting paid?" That was a
joke. I'm sorry.
That's a very Charlie Sheen thing to say.
Oh my Diaz, where can people find you?
At Oh my Diaz.
Oh my Diaz 22. Please say numbers. You have numbers in your name, sir.
Yeah, he spilled the tea on the internet drama. Between him, Sag, and Rhea, and then there's a proposal. This is like a soap opera between you guys.
We are making a YouTube soap opera, guys. Stay tuned for more.
Yep. Expect it.
What's it called? As the
your wife has a girl. Wow, you're really open. More power to you, boyfriend and girlfriend, but they don't like you streaming. Okay.
Yeah, they keep him in the basement. They don't like it. They don't want to come
Master of Movie Madness. Where can people find you?
You find me on YouTube. My channel is Brian Master of None. Yeah, so that's basically it.
All right.
Kind of chill.
Firewater. They could find you on
right here.
They
can find me right here.
You're infamous now. Your name is mentioned on all kinds of streams.
I can't believe. Yeah, I don't think that good Tom King guy likes me very much.
No, I don't like him very much either.
Yeah, he's kind of an idiot. He's kind of an idiot. It's hysterical to watch him kind of like spin things. It's sort of like, watching a magician perform a trick that wows some people, but I see every move he's making. And so therefore it's like, oh, this is what you got. It's
this is how proficient of a mod Zeno is. You're lazy. Look it up yourself. You make it easy for the viewer, Zeno. This is why you're not getting any of the super chats, Zeno.
No bubble tea for Zeno.
You don't do shit. But yeah, eventually, we might get Saggy a bubble tea on a hard work day. Isn't that nice? That's something nice you could do.
Yeah.
All right, Saggy, where could people could find you everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much.
But maybe you need to pimp your Twitch more.
No, Saggy Melon's on Twitch. Yeah.
That was an awesome stream last night.
Oh my god, you guys have no idea.
I finally remember my password. That's why I wasn't following you on Twitch.
If only you can remember the password to your Discord, though, Max.
Max came in on the stream when I was slapping zombies in the face with my gun because I had no ammo and I was panicking. So Max came in while I was freaking out.
I was trying to
smacking
distract
zombies.
you. I was typing a lot to distract you. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I noticed that.
Because it appears right in the center of her zombie. She's trying to kill a zombie. All of a sudden, Max the Mandalorian asking a question. She's like, what?
So they try to kill zombies while Max is talking to me, and I start smacking them with my gun.
Okay, worst employee from Movie Max.
Oh wait, hold on. Sorry,
where can they find you?
Before you let me go, Tony gave a super chat.
Oh my goodness! All right, it's Tony. You want to come on the show tomorrow? You can come on the show. We'll have a real listen, Tony. This is what we're talking about tomorrow. Ethics in the
We already did
community.
that. We already did that with Tony on my stream.
Well, not to the fullest extent.
It was not
we're talking
perceived
about,
well.
We're talking about Metal Jesus Rocks. We're talking about Darius, Radical Rick. We're talking about Destiny FOMO.
Do we have to?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I was surprised. Some people in the PlayStation podcast, they give FOMO a lot of props. They're like, yeah, she's legit. I will get, even though Rhea may not be there tomorrow, I will get an official statement for Rhea on the subject. I'll ask her to DM me so she could be included in the conversation. Yeah, we're talking about ethics. That's a good subject. I think it's an interesting one.
We need to talk about Resident Evil though.
All
Eventually.
Right. Okay, so RJ, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Resident Justice, as it says in my name, or you can find me on YouTube at Resident Justice, where I do streams for a lot of these nice folks who are very loving and supporting, and I love all of them very much.
But what kind of employee shows up late and says, "When do I get paid"?
Well,
RJ.
One, it was
RJ.
WrestleMania, and I was teaching children, or not children, college students.
It was for the children.
The millennial male generation. That's who does that.
Wow, Tony, you disliked all my vids, but you give me $5, so we're on the right track, buddy. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Later. That's hysterical.